Hello, my name is Paul Jetter, founder of the Safely Back Home program. I'd like to speak with you about Safely Back Home. The mission of the Safely Back Home program is to provide an additional layer of protection for children and adults who wander due to autism, Alzheimer's, and other cognitive disabilities. Our goal is to provide parents and caregivers with additional peace of mind. The program is especially for those individuals who are not able to say their names or where they live during situations when they become lost. The program enables the public to assist in the rescue of these lost individuals and for the police to quickly identify and reunite them with their families. I became involved when my father was diagnosed with dementia. My brother and sister were his caregivers. I read about dementia and what to expect as it worsened. He would eventually forget his name and where he lived. He might also begin wandering, since 6 out of 10 people with dementia or Alzheimer's wander. I researched all the wandering programs available, and each one required wearing an ID bracelet or tracking device. Since my dad would not be willing to wear either of those, I came up with a simple alternative. I printed my brother's cell phone number on my father's shirt. This way, were he to become lost, when a citizen or the police found him, they would be able to call my brother directly, and my dad would be able to be returned home. I shared this idea with my brother's Alzheimer's caregiver support group. They encouraged me to continue developing the program further. I learned wandering was also an issue for children and adults with autism, and that more than 50% of people with autism wander. A common trait shared by children with autism and seniors with Alzheimer's is they have no sense of danger when wandering. There's a special danger for children with autism, as they are drawn to bodies of water with the risk of drowning. For 2 years, I met with support groups of parents of children with autism and caregivers for family members with Alzheimer's. The parents and caregivers provided me with their recommendations and for further development and improvement of the program. Last summer, I was invited to present the program to the Bergen County Police Chiefs Association in New Jersey. The chiefs responded positively to the program, and we now have 6 police departments providing the Safely Back Home programs to their communities. We hope to continue expanding the program. This is how the Safely Back Home program works. If you have a child with autism who wanders or a senior with Alzheimer's who wanders, you can enroll in the free program through your local police department. You complete an enrollment form which contains 4 key sections. The first one is a recent photo of your family member. The second is your contact information as the parent or caregiver. This could be your cell phone or your home and work phone numbers. You can also list a second or third person to be contacted in the event of an emergency. The third part is any crucial medical information specific to your family member, such as medications they take, allergic reactions, or conditions such as diabetes or epilepsy. The fourth, and this is especially important, you write down what you want the police officer or first responder to say to your family member, which will keep them calm and assure them that the officer is there to help them while they're making the rescue. Examples of this are talking about your family's pet, or perhaps a favorite TV character. For individuals who are nonverbal, sign language, picture boards, or written words can be used. The police department creates a file with your enrollment form and assigns a Safely Back Home ID number. The file is stored in a secure database. You bring to the police department or another designated location 3 personal clothing items your family member enjoys wearing. These can be new or existing items and can be any type of garment, ranging from shirts, blouses, sweatshirts, jackets, pajamas, backpacks, etc. We imprint your 3 garments for free with your Safely Back Home emergency information. Here's a sample shirt. On the top of the sleeve we have the Safely Back Home logo. It then says, "If I appear lost, please call." The phone number that we have listed there is the police department's 24-hour emergency phone number for wherever you enrolled in the program, whichever police department. And then we have your ID number imprinted. You have a choice. You can include that phrase, "If I appear lost," or you cannot include it. Some of the garments we imprint are for use every day, including backpacks, shoes, jackets, that sort of thing. Here are samples of backpacks kids would be wearing every day to school. Once we get into the colder seasons of fall and winter, we'll be imprinting items more like sweatshirts and jackets as we did last year. Another important feature is the softness of the imprint. Parents of children with autism told me early in the program how important it was that the imprint be very soft so the children would not be scratching at it. We've been able to utilize a printing system that gives us this softness. So the imprint is as soft as the fabric itself, and the children or the adult don't notice the feel at all. When a child or senior becomes lost while wearing their Safely Back Home garment, this is how the public and the police are able to assist in their rescue. When a concerned citizen or police officer notices the child or senior appearing to be disoriented or lost, they will approach them in an effort to assist them. As they approach them, they will see and can read the imprint on the clothing. At that point, they call the phone number imprinted, which is the police department's 24-hour emergency number. When the police dispatcher receives the call, the concerned citizen explains there seems to be a lost child or senior wearing a garment with an ID number imprinted. The ID number is told to the dispatcher, and the dispatcher immediately accesses the file. The dispatcher confirms the location of the call and asks the citizen to stay with the lost individual. If the lost person is within the town where they were enrolled, an officer is immediately sent to make the rescue. The officer has the file information displayed on the patrol car monitor. They see the photo, and they know what to say to keep the individual calm during the rescue. Often people will wander beyond their hometowns. When this occurs and the call is received, the dispatcher immediately contacts the other town's police department and forwards the file electronically. The other town's police department then forwards the file to the patrol car closest to where the person is located. The officer is able to review the person's file on the patrol car's monitor and proceeds to make the rescue, communicating with the individual and keeping them calm as recommended in the file. The rescue is completed and the parents or caregivers are contacted. It's that simple. The person may have wandered anywhere in New Jersey or in the country. The rescue procedure is the same in every case. The call is made to the police department where the individual is enrolled in the Safely Back Home program, and the file is immediately forwarded to the police department in the town where the lost individual was found. The way we gauge whether the program is succeeding is based upon whether parents and caregivers in fact feel an added sense of security when their family members are wearing the Safely Back Home garments. Parents and caregivers have told us they do feel an added sense of security. With the police departments, they've told us they appreciate the program because it enables them to quickly identify lost persons who do not have any identification on them and who are unable to say their names or where they live. In those situations, it often takes several hours, sometimes days, to finally identify the individual and reunite them with their family. The police have also said they appreciate the Safely Back Home garments because the imprint helped them better understand an individual's behavior when they're attempting to make a rescue. If the individual is not following the officer's instructions or is behaving in an unusual manner, the Safely Back Home imprint on the garment helps the officer understand there's an issue and possible explanation for the behavior, rather than interpreting that person as being on drugs or alcohol. Even when an individual is not wearing their Safely Back Home garment, the program can still help when they become lost. Recently, a 5-year-old child with autism had wandered into a park in North Arlington, New Jersey. He was rescued by a police officer and when brought to the police station, was able to be identified based upon his enrollment in the Safely Back Home program. They had his photo and contact information on file, and he was quickly reunited with his family. As we grow as a nonprofit organization, we will soon be able to offer more options, including new imprinted garments and also pre-printed iron-ons, the size of a small patch, which can be ironed on at home onto all types of clothing items. One question I've considered from the very start of the Safely Back Home program was whether parents and caregivers would feel comfortable having the emergency information imprinted on their family members' clothing. We have kept the imprinted information discreet and as brief as possible, while protecting the individual's and the family's privacy. What I've learned is this is a personal and sensitive decision for each family to make. The imprinted garment can be seen as a statement the individual has a special need, but it is also a safety tool, one which can help in the rescue of the individual. The Safely Back Home garments are not meant to replace the ID bracelets and tracking devices now being worn. The garments are meant to complement the bracelets and tracking devices. Soon we'll be expanding the program to include individuals affected by seizures, blackouts, and sudden comas, people with type 1 diabetes, severe allergies, and related conditions. They will be able to enroll in the Safely Back Home program and include all the medical and contact information they would require in case of an emergency, should they become unconscious. This part of the program will also be available to seniors concerned about falling due to balance difficulties and becoming unconscious. This video is being recorded on August 12, 2016. Safely Back Home is filing to become a nonprofit organization, and we have a patent pending. The program is operating through 6 police departments and communities in Bergen County, New Jersey, and we hope to continue expanding the program. To learn more about Safely Back Home, please visit our website and Facebook page. We hope to bring the program to your community in the near future. Thank you.